Okay. This year, my challenge has been to help people spread the word about themselves. And it's been a fun challenge. I've been talking to a lot of people, and the conversation is always the same. Because that conversation is always the same, I've decided to put it up here because if it's helping everyone that I'm talking to, then it's also helping a lot of other people, or it's able to help a lot of other people as well. So let me hand this to you now. Um, Big question is, my uniqueness, what is it? In other words, who am I? Not as an undifferentiated, enlightened being, but who am I in terms of what I offer the world in this 3D reality, especially where we are, our Western culture and society right now? This is the big question. Who am I? So we're looking at that question, and to answer it, I want to give you a process and a path that I went through to determine this, that led to me making this actual video right now, and that you can use to find out who you are, because if you are a healer or a workshop leader or a teacher or a guide of some sort, and you want to share information with people and you're not getting more and more traction with each year, if you're not filling up your workshops and courses easily, then the first question that you need to answer is, who am I? In terms of what kind of a transformation do I catalyze, or what kind of an experience do I provide to people? All right? So you're looking for the transformation you catalyze, or the experience you provide. But I'm already getting too much into details, so let me go down a little bit deeper and tell you about what my experience was. So, I was married at 22. There's reasons for that I'm not going to go into, but I was looking for a job and I didn't know what to do. And I advertised for a job, a writing job, and I got it. And I was very good at this job and I made lots of money at it. And a lot of the time I thought, but I have these other passions, but oh well, I'm doing this kind of semi-boring writing job, and here I am. Well, I didn't realize something very early about that, and that was when I was in high school. I was writing book reports, and I remember my ninth grade teacher accused me of plagiarizing Alistair Cook. This is back before the internet, so she couldn't really do anything about it because she couldn't find any sources where Alistair Cook wrote about Candide's Voltaire, which is what I happened to do my book report on, because we had all these nice fancy leather-bound books, the Franklin Library or something. Anyway, these nice fancy leather-bound books, and I just picked one at random and read it and did a book report. And my English teacher said, well, that's obviously plagiarized from Alistair Cook. And I had no idea what she was talking about. So 4 years later, I was in college, and I was taking an AP course that was dealing a sociology course, or not AP, but like advanced something or other, advanced course in sociology. And there was a lot of writing involved. And the teacher wrote on one of my papers, you have the capacity to be a good writer. And I thought, okay, and I chucked the paper and threw it away and didn't even think about what he wrote. And I thought, yeah, of course, I mean, writing, yeah, duh, it's fun, it's easy, what's the big deal? Fast forward the Wayback Machine into 2000, and when I got my first job as a professional writer, after a couple of years, I realized, you know what? People, mentors, teachers have been giving me little tiny hints along my whole journey at what I'm good at what I'm actually earning my living in right now. And I didn't see it because for me, that thing that I was doing was really easy and it was natural and I didn't have to work at it. And it was just me, right? This is the problem. The things that you're good at, often you don't realize you're good at, or you don't realize other people aren't good at. And so you find yourself having a difficult time explaining what that is or even doing it for people. So I'm going to give you a little exercise to find out so you can find out who you are. Now, I'm not guaranteeing this is going to give you the ultimate realization. What you're going to get from this, and what you get as you go deeper into yourself, is breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs that you have to follow. This whole process of marketing, of getting your message out there, is like a detective novel. It's like Sherlock Holmes, right? So you want to get your message out there and you have to figure out a lot of things. You have to play Sherlock Holmes. You have to play the detective before you've got the information that you need to make the decisions that you need to make to get your message out there, to get people to listen to you, to happily share in a joyful, relaxed, open way, so that work doesn't feel like work to you. For example, me having this conversation right now, this feels like a very natural thing. And because it's natural for me, and because I know what's on this slide, because I've been studying this since 2005, and because I've spent tens of thousands of dollars actually learning this stuff from experts, I kind of assume it a lot. And I don't think about, oh, well, maybe not everyone knows this. So that same thing might be going on with you. And it took me a while to realize this is actually the gift. This is what I can give. So just like with my writing, maybe you've been getting little hints about things that have been going on for a long time in your life. Maybe people are saying you're good at that, or giving you compliments that you aren't really letting float in all the way, that you're kind of just rejecting or ignoring because you don't realize it. Or even worse, maybe you have something, you do some healing, you do some teaching, and you think, okay, I'm a healer, let me heal you. But like, I'm in the San Francisco Bay, and healers are like seashells around here, man. Like, everybody's a healer. And so the worst thing that you can say is I'm a healer, because it tells people absolutely nothing about what you actually do, who you are, who you can help best. And we're going to get to that. That's step 2. That's a little bit more complex process. And we're on step 1 right now. But going back to this one slide that's taking a long time to explain, I have 2 questions for you. These questions, you can answer them if you want, but you probably won't be any good at answering them. And you can ask them. So what we're going to do is you're going to ask other people these questions. Ask people who know you well. Ask people who you trust. Ask them, what is my unique capability? All right, that's question 1. What is my unique capability? Question 2 is, what do I naturally do better than most people? What do I naturally do better than most people? Or what do I seem to have an easier time doing? And you want to ask as many people as you can this question. You can send it to them via email. You can talk to them. And all the answers, just write down the answers. And the answers are not going to be the answer, unfortunately. People cannot just hand you the answer to your life's quest and your purpose and your mission and who you are. You're going to be going through a process to determine that. So you want to look at, what is my unique capability? What do I naturally do better than most people? I think that's enough for the first step. And then you just want to tabulate all that information. You know, you're going to find patterns. If you've got a healing practice, you're going to find people that you often help, even outside of your practice, that you hadn't even thought about, probably. You're going to find friends and things where you're constantly playing a specific role or assisting with a certain thing that you may not have even noticed that you were doing until now, until you ask them point blank what that is. And whatever the answers are, just note them and start to digest them and look at that breadcrumb. And then I'm going to make more videos to explain to you what to do with that information and how to digest it down.